folks, I'm back. 2 videos, 1 weekend. As promised, I wanted to try my hand at a review, and we've got, whoa, I'm dropping it, Manilla Road, The Blessed Curse, 2015 release. Manilla Road, I am a latecomer to the Manilla Road pantheon of music, and band started in '79, and it wasn't until 2000 that my friends Jeff Wagner and S. Craig Zoller making me comp tapes, trying to get me into them, and finally it clicked, and it clicked hard, man. The early stuff like Crystal Logic, Mystification, all that early stuff is amazing traditional metal, totally unique. And this is the first album I ever picked up by them in 2000 on CD. This is Atlantis Rising. This is the first album to come out after they reunited. They broke up for a few years. And very much a good introduction to the modern era of Manilla Road, where they retain their roots, but they, due to Mark Shelton's voice not being what it used to be, they brought on Brian Patrick, also known as Hell Roadie, to sing. Who sounds, he has a more solid voice, a more normal voice, but he can perfectly emulate Shelton's old wizard tone, if you will. But anyway, The Blessed Curse. I've been seeing videos where people are talking about how this is their album of the year, and you know, I can get that. If you're an old Manilla Road fan, it's really hard to not expect greatness, and for all intents and purposes, this is a very good album. This is their third in a trilogy, more or less. Playground of the Damned, Mysterium, and now this one. One thing that this has above the last 2 albums is the production finally is fuller, more real sounding, whereas Playground of the Damned and Mysterium sounded like they were recorded in a garage, which for a band with Manilla Road's caliber, that just doesn't seem very fitting. I want a full production. I want to hear these songs. Another thing about this album, you know, I've been listening to this pretty solid for 2 weeks now. This is the 2-disc edition. We're listening to the main album right now. Manilla Road in 2015, to me, sounds rushed. This album is it's very much Manilla Road. You can tell the warm flow, the warm tone is very much that of a band who has been around for a long time and knows what they're doing. It's a very strong, powerful sound. The songs themselves are very patient, which is another sign of age and experience, which is very cool. But Manilla Road, especially on this album and the last one too, Mysterium, they have settled into a formula that may have always been there, but it's more evident now as they're trying to churn out an album every year. I don't know if they're doing it just to capitalize on their popularity that's always evaded them over the years, but they've got it now. They've got a lot of respect from people, so they're churning out material. The albums, to me, sound rushed. There's always like 2 or 3 really great songs on the album, filled with a lot of tracks that follow the same formula. They make the same tonal choices. They make the same riff choices. They have the same long drifting guitar solos, which from Mark the Shark Shelton, I want to hear a great solo, and he does deliver on this album and every other album, but there's no denying that there's a sameness that's set in. The Blessed Curse is no exception. A lot of these songs just kind of blend together, and the way the songs are written in this fast, get the job done manner. There's a lot of the same flow, ebb and flow to the tracks, which lets Brian, the singer, he ends up emulating a lot of the same vocal harmonies that you've heard time and time again. yes, it does get tiring, but after sticking with this album for a good 2 weeks, it's really produced some great tracks. Like the first song, The Blessed Curse, and The Muse's Kiss, the last song. The first song and the last song on this. The album is bookended by 2 great tracks. It's a lot of dynamics, a lot of flow, good surprises in the tracks. The rest of the album is decent. I'll give it decent, but it just sounds tired. Tired with a good production. But the tone is great, and the drum performance by, I can never remember the guy's name. It's something weird. Nudie, the good drummer. Fantastic drummer. Really colorful fills, puts them in the right place. Always in the pocket. Excellent drummer. The guitar solos are fantastic. The vocals are good. All intents and purposes, this should be an amazing album. It's a good album. Is it rank up there with Crystal Logic? Does it rank up there with Mystification or Out of the Abyss? No. The Deluge? No, it doesn't rank up there with that, but, excuse me, it does not rank up there at the top with those classics, but it's a good album. And if you're a Manilla Road fan, you already have this. You've already been enjoying it. I enjoy it. Am I disappointed? Yes, I'm a little disappointed, and it's not something I'm going to listen to a lot, but I am going to pull it out on occasion. One thing, the second disc is called After the Muse, which is basically Shelton doing a lot of acoustic tracks, which I always really like from him because he's really good at it. So basically it's Shelton, some synth organ work by Helwell, and who also handles some of the bass stuff. There isn't a lot of drums. Shelton's son plays lead guitar on one track, and there's an old track they found from 1981 called All Hallows Eve that he put the actual track on there, the rehearsal track, and then got that band from that era together to redo it for this release. Which is cool, but it's really long and wandering. It's like the solo that will never end on there. But it's actually a little bit sad to me that After the Muse, this acoustic CD on this, for this package, is a lot more enjoyable to me than the actual album. That just goes to tell me that when he breaks out of the Manilla Road formula and just focuses on like acoustic, that's where some really strong song ideas come out. And I just really think he needs to find that inspiration again for Manilla Road, which they have the talent, they have the sound, they have the players, it's all here. They just need to capitalize on it for future recordings. Maybe take 2 years and put out an album. One last thing, there's a nice big write-up what the inspiration for this album is, and The Blessed Curse to Shelton is a songwriter, an artist, following their muse to write the next best song, the best song they've ever written. And it's a lifelong pursuit for people like Shelton. So the whole album is based loosely around that concept. And though this is better than the last 2 albums, has he written the best song of his career in these, I don't know, 10 or 11 tracks? No. But, again, if you are a Manilla Road fan, this is worth checking out. I enjoy it. I'm going to keep listening to it. But I can't hide a little bit of disappointment. Okay, that's it. Review 1 done. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you later.